Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited. I'm going to be doing a full eye look using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy palette. I just got this and I'm so excited to try it. Today I am going to be starting with my face. I'm just priming with the equalizer from Morphe, fully saturating my skin to give that dewy finish. Next, I used the NARS Full Coverage Foundation, and shortly after I started applying, I realized that this shade was a little too dark. So you'll see here shortly that I went in with a layer of the Maybelline Fit Me and just a little bit of a lighter shade to help blend that out to match my skin tone. I always start applying with the Morphe foundation brush, and then I follow up with a damp beauty blender just to pick up any of that excess product on the skin, just to avoid any cakiness. You can see once I applied that lighter shade that it matched my skin tone quite a bit better. And then today I am concealing with the Stay Naked concealer, and I just applied that to underneath my eyes for now, using my damp beauty blender, just patting and blending that out. Next, I went in with the Anastasia setting powder, and this is in the shade Vanilla, and I'm using that same damp beauty blender and just patting underneath the eye to set and bake the under eye. Next, I went in with the Anastasia Brow Duo in the shade Granite, and I'm using that dual-ended brush with the angle on one side and the spoolie on the other. And today, for some reason, I started with the inner corner. You can see I'm just using that flicking motion to create the hair-like look, and then using the other end of the brush with the darker product to go all the way out and shape the tail of my eyebrow. I do my eyebrows a little bit different almost every makeup look. It just depends on what I'm going to be doing for the eyeshadow, whether it be more dramatic or more natural. Kind of the fun about it, you get to play with the shape. Once I'm done with the brows, I then just use a big blending brush and brushed off all that excess setting powder from under the eye and the forehead. And then just to finish off my brows, I took a clean angled brush and I used the Studio Fix concealer from MAC, and I just cleaned up the top and the bottom of my brow just to complete that eyebrow shape. Once I feel satisfied with the cleanup of the brows, I then take a little bit of either black mascara or just some black brow gel and set those hairs. Now obviously if you were to have a lighter brow, you would only be able to use like a lighter mascara or a lighter brow gel. And this was the first time I used this. I got this in one of those FabFitFun Fun boxes. So this is the Tarte Glow palette, I believe. And I just took the Morphe small defining foundation brush and did the contoured areas of my face. Just patted a few dots of that on and blended out with the foundation brush and my same damp beauty blender. You can see I was chit-chatting with a friend and she was making me laugh. And of course setting the cheekbones just to contour those out a little bit. brushing any excess powder off of the cheekbones. I felt pretty good about how set my face was, so I then moved on to the eyelid, and I'm using that same primer, that same concealer, and I'm just buffing that out on the lid. I did actually miss a step. I usually use more powder after this to set my eyelid, but completely forgot, so you'll see me go back in here in just a few with some more powder to make sure that the eyeshadow goes on smoothly. So then it was time to decide what I wanted to use as far as the palette. We obviously can't use every single color, but I started off with the 1988 shade, and I also dabbed a little bit of that New Yorker and just took a nice big blending brush and used that back and forth sweeping motion on the lid and just blended that really pretty bronzy color out all over my crease and took that excess product all the way down to the lid. And then this beautiful like cranberry color caught my eye. This was called Semsa, and I almost wanted to just fill that entire lid with that product. So I just started packing that on pretty tightly to the lid and kept that down below my crease. I then started working my way up towards the crease, not getting any additional product on my brush, and just started using those small circular motions and blending the product right up into my crease to marry those two together. I was really impressed with this palette. The formula was really soft. Everything went on super creamy and pigmented. I was really, really impressed. And then I just wanted to smoke out that crease a little bit more, so I went in with the shade Yugo, and I used that same small defining brush and did very small circular motions with just a very light pressure on my brush. And I just took that and put that right between that cranberry color and that nice bronzy color. And then I went back in with that first big brush I used, and it had just a little bit of that New Yorker still on it, and I just buffed that out to make sure everything was nice and blended. Next, I wanted just a little pop of some glitter or shimmer right at the corner, so I just took the shade Anastasia and just popped a little bit right on that inner corner. Now, brushing off any excess product, I pop on some Tarte lashes. And then this blue color, it's called Leo, really drew my attention, so I decided that I was solely going to use that on my waterline underneath. And I just took that little dual-ended brush that you get with the Anastasia Amrezy palette, and I just blended and buffed that color all the way underneath my waterline there. This shade turned out really beautiful. It was very shimmery and pigmented. I was really happy with the final look. A little bit of powder bronzer just on those contoured areas that I did previously. And that same 9B Morphe palette that I love to use, I used that top left shade just for a little bit on the rounds of my cheeks, and I used that really pretty middle highlight in there. Finishing up with my dewy setting spray from Anastasia, and I just chose a very simple pink gloss from my NARS collection, and that completed my look. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and we will see you on the next video.